Hi guys, it's me, Lise from Lisa's Crafty Creations. I hope you're all fitting well. It's getting cold now in December, but I'm looking forward to my holiday in March. We're off again to Morocco, which should be fantastic. But I thought today I'll bring you some of the stuff I've bought over the last couple of days. Something just arrived this morning because Mr. Postman's been, whoa! So I'll show you what Mr. Postman brought this morning. I'll tell you bits and bobs about some of the stuff I've bought, and then show you some examples of what I've made with that stuff, so that should be good. First of all, I've had a haul from the works, so I bought myself 5 packs of the 6x6 cards and envelopes. It's a 30 pack. They're just white, and I bought 5 packs of those, so that should work well because I've run out of card blanks. I also bought some 5x7s, the same in white, 30 pack, 5x7 inch, and I got 4 packs of those because I couldn't buy 5 for some reason. I could only buy 4. And then I thought this was going to be craft card, but it's not. It's a multicolored card, so you've got peach, what I would call that's peach, lavender, green and lemon, and you've got matching envelopes, and I got 5 of those, which means I've got plenty card blanks to play with, and the colours should be interesting to add a new texture to some of the cards. I also bought from the works there from Make and Create. It was £5, and this is the spring paper craft kit. So let's have a look what's got in here. It does tell us on the back, but you get 10 6x6 envelopes, 10 6x6 printed papers, 28 card toppers. Oh, you get the 10 6x6 blank cards, 28 card toppers, 1 A4 sticker sheet, 20 pom-poms, 50 gems and 5 meters of twine. So let's have a look what we got in here. So there's our pom-poms, and then we've got some ephemera here. No, just card ephemera. So we've got flowers with butterflies, we've got tulips in a welly, got some more flowers there. We've got some forget-me-nots with a butterfly. We've got a sentiment there, says spread your wings and fly, which is a lovely sentiment that. Then we've got a tulip. We've also got a, I thought it was 3-dimensional. We've got some flowers there. Hello Spring, we've got 2 of those. We've also got some more flowers. And then finally another, I suppose that would be a daisy, astra. And then we've got some birds. We've got your gems there, which is nice. I think they're just a plate glass gem. We've got our twine. Oh, we also got some more ephemera here. We've got some butterflies. 2 different types of butterfly, and then we've got, oh that's nice, watering can with flowers and a butterfly in it. That's lovely. We've then got our papers. So we have they're single-sided, so we have 2 of each. No, do we? We have 2 of each. So we've got green with butterflies. We've got our watering cans full of flowers. We've then got our butterflies in like a peachy colour. This is lovely. We've got the flowers that we use for the ephemera, plus the butterfly and the forget-me-nots. It's also in the ephemera. It's got like a pinky, pale pinky background. And then we've got finally the blue with the flowers on, which says Hello Spring. So there's some nice papers. We have our sticker sheet with letters on. You always seem to get your letters with Make and Create packs, which I think is brilliant because they make some lovely words out of those letters. Then you have your sticker sheet. So here's your sticker sheet. We've got lots of different stickers. We've got flowers and sunshine, Hello Spring, beautiful, April showers bring May flowers, which is, that's a lovely saying, I like that. And then spread your wings and fly again. We've got ladybirds and butterflies, flowers, watering cans. We've got lots of different stickers on there. So it's a nice sticker set. And then you've got your cards and the 6x6. So that's really good because, I mean, the cards themselves, I mean, how much do I paid? £3.50 I think for the 6x, yeah, £3.50 for the 6x6 cards, and I know there was 30 in this set, but even that is pretty good value for just the cards themselves at £5. And then you've got all your ephemera, your papers, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, so I think that's a pretty good set, so we'll have fun with that later. I'll show you some of the makes. If I've got some time available, I'll try and make a video, do a video while I'm doing this. So there's everything back in there. Pom-poms will work out nice, I think. We'll just put that to one side. Oh, hang on, I'll put it all away, because knowing my luck, I'll put it to one side and something will go missing. So let's put it all back in the packet. Oh dear, and the packet's gone all crazy. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. What we're doing, what we're doing. Right. I can never get the papers back in the packet, you know. I always end up ripping, and you would think you wouldn't, because exactly the same going in as it was coming out, but no, I always tend to rip something. There we go. I think that's gonna go in. Oh, I've lost my pom-poms. And then it sticks to the back. Oh dear me, how? Come on, Lisa, get yourself sorted, woman. There we go. And then we just add this in the top there, like that. Stick the butterfly in, that's trying to escape. There we go, that's that done. So that's that one. I also got another kit, which is the spring paper kit. And again, with this one, we get 10 6x6 card blanks, 10 6x6 envelopes, 6x6 printed papers, 28 card toppers, 1 sticker sheet, 20 pom-poms, 50 gems, and 5 meters of twine. So we get the same sort of idea as what we got in the other one. We've just got a different theme. Let's see if I can just get some elements out without taking it all. So we've got the seen the pom-poms. This time we have pink gems. We've got some ephemera there. You don't need to see the card blanks. So we've got the card blanks and the envelopes. We've then got our alphabet sheet. We've only got one single side this time, but you've got it on a pink background. There's your sticker sheet. Lots of different stickers on there. Your butterflies, dragonflies, moths, caterpillars. No, that's leaves. Sorry, I thought it was caterpillar. And then you've got your wasps and your bees and lots of different animal insects on there. You've got your honeycomb and some flowers. That's really nice. So we have that in there. Let's stick it back in. We then have our twine, which is, it's a nice twine. It's like a double twisted twine with your yellows and your white. So that's, and there's 5 meters of that. We then have some pink gems, which are nice, different colour for a change. We have our 6x6 papers, so we've got a plaid there. We then have some with the moths on, which is nice. We have a honeycomb, that would look really nice with bees and the wasps on, that would be lovely. And then we've got a blue background with the bees on, and then finally a white background with some bees as well, although they might be wasps rather than bees, but there we go. So that's our 6x6 papers. We've got 2 of each design, and then we get our ephemera. So let's have a look here. It will open. There we go. It's a big packet for some bits of ephemera. So right, so what we've got here, we've got some flowers. We've got 2 of each. We've got our honeycomb, and that looks like, yeah, the honeycomb looks like the middles come out, which is nice. Then we've got some leaves. We've got busy bee, 2 of those, some more flowers, our bees. We've got another sentiment which says bloom, with the O's being the flowers, which is quite nice. Then we've got another bee come, it could be a wood bee, because they're slightly longer. They look more waspified than a normal queen bee or like a honey bee. But there could be wasps as well, so there's that one. Then we have our moths. You could tell the moths by the shape of them, and the fact that 9 times out of 10 where the moth rests, its wings are open. With a butterfly, when it rests, the wings are shut. Then we have another one here, another moth. We have the feathered ends. Again, the shape of it gives you the indication it's a moth, not a butterfly. Then we have the flowers. We have some more flowers. Then we have another bee, but this one's a different colour. We've got the greens and then the pinks, and then we've got another moth there. So that's nice. Lots of different insects and floral aspects that we can add to that. So we'll just stick that in there. I won't put them back in. So that's our spring paper craft. It was again £5 from the works. I all did it yesterday and it came today, which is good. Now I've also been watching a lot of Create and Craft. I've had some lovely ideas from there, and I actually made a couple of purchases. The first one would be this one, which is a die set. You don't get stamps or anything, you just get the die set. Unfortunately, one thing that bugs me about die sets, which doesn't happen with the next one I show you, well it does but it doesn't, you get this, you don't get multiples of each die. So like if you want to do, it asks you to do 12 of one particular die in order to make the set up, but you only get one of that die, so you're putting it through your machine 12 times and it can be really annoying. There is a couple of dies you can put through at once that requires 12 elements, but then others just require 2 elements, and it's a faff. If you could just get, if you need 12 elements, if they could just give you 12 dies, that would be really, really helpful. But again, there's cost involved and everything. I can't remember how much I paid for this. It wasn't mega expensive. It was a pretty good deal. It has 51 dies in it. So you get your dies and you've got various different designs inside. You get your die for the outside. You also get your die for the inside. If you want to use the inside die, you do need to use the outside die with it, so it cuts out the shape. Otherwise, you'll just get the pattern in the middle. It does do the doors. It's got hinges. It's got a little brad type element so that you can hold the doors open. The doors do open and close, and there's drawers inside. I will show you what I've done with this. I've made 2. So one of them, this is the first one. It stands up like that. Okay, and you've got your top here with your edges. I think I need to add, yeah, I need to add something to the edges of those. But we've got what I've used is a red robin woodland background on these. You've got woodland in the middle. The door opens, and on the back you've got just a plain, you could put a sentiment or something on there. Then what I've done is just left 3 drawers plain without the pattern on, and then put patterns on the other 3. We then have the edge, so you cut the edge out and then you cut the centre out. It's got all the dies that you need. You've got, these were actually didn't need to be cut out because they were exactly the right size in the pad. But I also need, it's not quite finished because I need to put papers on here, on here, on here and here. So we've got 2 of the elements that were in the book, and the rest were cut out. So that's one. You can make them however you want. You can do 2 drawers, 3 drawers. You can make it 5 high, 6 high, whatever you want. But that's, I was just playing to get used to the die set, and that's what I came up with first. It's not perfect. It's a bit grubby in places because of the glue and everything, but it was a first attempt just playing with the dies. The second one I'm much happier about. This used some floral papers that I had. Can't remember where I got them from, but what I've done is like this is a die in itself, and then you've got all the dies are cut for the interior, for the bases and the mats. You could then add a pattern if you wanted to. You could put this over the top of that if you wanted to. I also cut a piece. Now this is not a mat, there is no mat for the back, so what I did was just cut a piece out just to bring the whole thing together. But you do have mats for everything else. You've got mats and layers. Then we have the doors here. Now I haven't quite finished it because there is like a clasp here which circles around. It fits like a brad and it closes so that you can open and close the, I'm going to also add little handles on there. I don't know what I'll use yet, but we'll see. These open up like so. we've got a polka dot on the back, but the pattern's on the front. And then again, we've done the 6 drawers in the middle, and the drawers pull out, and you've got like a shelving unit underneath, like that. Can you see that? And then the drawers. And what I've done with this one, I didn't have enough of the square backs, but you can do 2. So you could do it both patterned on both sides, so that it doesn't matter which way around you go, or you've got a square back. And you could also do squares front and back, and then they give you different options on how to do the front. So you've got different patterns, you've got different elements that you could use to enhance them, like handles or little plaques. So what you could do is use a square one, put a plaque in there. You could even put a sentiment or some words on there to say what's in each drawer. It's a handy little element for jewellery box, or whatever you want to use it for, really. But it's quite sturdy. It's not, I mean, I don't think I used 300 GSM. I think it was something like a 280 GSM cardstock. Doesn't say on the packet. But it's quite a solid. I think if you use 300 GSM, you get a really nice solid but then you can put them together like that, or you could put them one on top of the other. Obviously, if you didn't have, you could have them one on top of the other, or side by side, and then going up. So you can do this. Gives you some options there on the back of what you can do. But it's a nice size. I wasn't as, no, it's not these ones. I got some from John next door. I wasn't impressed with those as much as they made out them to be. I didn't feel the cut as well as what they explained, but that's another story. I then got this die, which only came the other day. It has a magnetic sheet with it. It has a magnetic sheet with it. The dies are all on the magnetic sheet. And with this one, it's quite nice because each one of these has its own heart inside. You get 2 of the dies to put the backing on, so you don't have to cut it so much. You get your brad, you get lots of different things, and you also have detailed instructions here on how to put it together, which is nice. So you've got your basic on how to put the flower together. Then you've got another one as to how to make the patterns inside and put the backing on, the dies you would use for that. You've then got extra dies like butterflies and inside, but like outside, inside butterflies, are really sweet dies. And you've got flowers and all kinds of things. You've actually got, does it say? No, it doesn't say exactly how many. But then you've got your pentagonal, you've got a plain one, you've got one that's a hole in the middle so you could put your brad through, and it explains exactly how you need to do that. So what I made with that was this. I'm well impressed with it. So what I did was use some of the leaves that were in there to add leaves to it, to tell you when to pull. So if you pull it, then it opens up nice, and you just need to push those back together and it falls nice. You get the stamens in the middle, and you get enough stamens so that you don't have to put them through your machine. You get 5 of the stamens, which is ideal, because rather than having to go one after the other just for 5 little stamens, it's annoying. So you get enough to make the flower. You also get enough inserts, which is brilliant, and you get some backings if you want to use the backings. So I used the leaves that were in the set just to add some greenery behind it, and also put this pull on. And then inside you could do lots of little things. It also twizzles. You use that brad in there to help it turn, so you can put it whichever way you want. And I've chosen to put a sentiment inside, but it is quite deep, so you could put a little treat inside. It's ideal for a reveal card. So if you've got a baby coming, you could send some of these out as a reveal. It's a boy, it's a girl, you know, so, or it's twins, I'm pregnant. You could put, so that it's like a surprise inside. You could also put a small gift or something like that in there. Nothing too clumpy because, as I say, it's not got a lot of room, but it does have about a centimetre and a half in there, so you could put a flat piece of chocolate or something. This is the butterfly that comes with it, and all I've done is I've done a dye on it. I used a purple dye and just used it to shade, and then I used the lace dye that was in there for the butterfly and added that over the top just to add some dimension to it on both sides, and put it there. And then the backing paper was just some paper I had from a Red Robin kit. I like the plaid, and I also like the pattern inside. But what I will do is put a sheet of white, just a sheet of white paper, copy paper, just glue it on one side so that if and you can still see the pattern, but you've got somewhere to write your message. So that's what I've made with that one, and I'm dead proud of it. I must admit, I'm really proud. And the fact the brad turns beautifully, it gives you all the instructions on how to do that, but I will at some point maybe do a video and show you how I made this. But that's one of the things I made, so that's brilliant. I then bought this die set from, I haven't done anything with it as such yet. Oops, something fell over. But this is a collection I bought. I bought them all from Create and Craft. This is a selection I bought of like a Grecian sort of idea, and it's from John Next Door. Now, there was a lot of hype about it and it looked really good, but when I've actually used it, I found it's difficult to go through the machine. And it doesn't seem to cut as well as I was expecting. Well, what they were saying on the programme, it's supposed to cut magnificent and all the rest of it. But I was a bit disappointed with it, especially the flowers. I found when I was taken out, they didn't cut very well and they broke. So I was a little bit disappointed with this kit, but I'm going to give it another chance. I've got a new die cutting machine again, which I bought from React and Create, and it's the Kit and Caboodle Pro Cut. Apparently this is really good because you're less likely to get the banana bend. Now I have used this a lot, and I mean a lot, and it still is quite straight. It does have a slight bend to it. I can't say it doesn't bend at all, but it does have a slight bend to it. As you can see, I have used it a lot because of the way it looks. The thing I was disappointed about was the magnetic sheet. It does, I don't know whether I was using it the right way around, but I used the dies the right way around, but it still seems to even slice into the magnetic sheet a little bit, which I was disappointed in. And it's caused a lot of damage. But it still works, and I don't think it's an issue. Again, this is a machine I really wanted, but I wasn't as impressed with it as I thought I was going to be. But it's still really good. You get 2 3mm sheets. What you need to make sure is that you put the 3 on the bottom, then the magnetic sheet, then the 5mm. Whatever you do, the 5mm needs to go on the top. You've also got an embossing mat and a metallic plate. And you can apparently cut all kinds of materials on it, like fabrics, papers, all kinds of things, and the machine comes with instructions, so that's good. So you also get an extra 3mm sheet, which is nice to know, although I would prefer it if we got 2 5mm sheets, because the 5mm sheet is the one that takes a lot of the hit, rather than the 3mm, because the 3mm goes on the bottom, it doesn't get scratched, it doesn't, whereas the 5mm sheet takes all the oomph. It's also got 3 settings, so we've got the on button, we've got a pause, and then we've got a reverse. And I've found it's most effective if you put it in, it automatically feeds it through. If you want to feed it back, you press pause and then you press the reverse button and it brings it back out. It gives you instructions on what to do if there's any issues with the machine, if it won't go through. I have found that a couple of bossing folders won't go through all the, with everything in. So you just take something out, like the magnetic sheet, especially if it's an embossing folder. If you want an embossing die, then you do need to use the embossing mat. But it's pretty good. and it's electric, which saves the hard work, which I was finding difficult now that I have so many health problems. So the electric side of it is it's very quick, which is great. And it's got a lovely look to it. Ideally I would like a scan and cut, especially the new Brother one that's come out, but finances don't allow, so I bought myself this. And I'm quite happy, especially because it's an A4, and each of the plates themselves are just above an A4, so you can put an A4 sheet on and know you're not going to fall off the edges, which is nice. And because it's got magnetic sheets, it means you don't have to use a lot of tape. It holds the dies in place quite well, which is another plus. But as I say, unfortunately I bought this and a week later they dropped it down. I bought it for about 170. A week later they brought it down to 119, so I was kicking myself. Couldn't believe it, the Black Friday deal. And it was only a matter of a week, so I was absolutely gutted. But anyway, I still think it's worth the money. It's very heavy. I find it heavy, but then again I find a pan heavy, so it's not too bad. It has its own plug and lead that comes in and out, so you do need to have it plugged in. It's not wireless or anything like that, but it's a pretty decent machine. But it is, I find it very heavy, but that might just be me. So yeah, so that's all I've got to show you today, I think. Oh, I've got a magazine the other day. Can't remember what magazine it was. I think it was a folder. I got some papers and whatnot in it, and they came with these dies. So you've got the very feminine, the mirror, the perfume, the lipstick, a little handbag, some lovely sentiments. The world is your catwalk, happy birthday, friends like you never get out of style, and shopaholic. We've also got a lovely heart die with the outside and then the inside for that. We've got an embossing folder, which is great, and a stencil. So we also got that from Crafter's Companion, it was. And it's Wild at Heart. It's a 15 by 15 stencil, a 15 by 15 embossing folder. We've got the 2-piece largest die, 8 by 7 and 2. And then we've got the Wild at Heart 15 by 15 stamp set. So that's what we got with that. We got some papers as well, but I don't know where I've put them, so I can't show you the papers. But they were nice, very wildy looking. There we go. This is the magazine, and the papers came inside that in the middle. I don't have the papers up here. I might have the papers up here. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, we do. I have used some. So it was a box in a box. It's Crafter's Inspiration. We got 155 tips, and this on the front uses some of the elements that we got from the die and the stamp set. You get your first page obviously with your hello and your introduction, and you have lots of different ideas on how to do things. It gives you the instructions. This uses some of the elements that we get in the gift by Amy Wilkes. Gives you what you need and how to do it. And this is like a little jewellery cum storage box for makeups and things like that. We then go into Cozy Cottages. Gives you some ideas on how to do that, what stamp set you need. Then we've got some more using the free gift. This one's by Jean McKean. So get some lovely ideas. It gives you step-by-step instructions on how to make that exact card. But I think sometimes it's nice to put your own element in. Yes, we all copy ideas, and you might think, well, make that card in. But it won't always turn out exactly the same, which is nice because it puts your own individuality into it. So don't be frightened to use different papers. Get the basic idea, but jazz it up. Make it your own. That's what we want as crafters. We're a unique community, so we have artistic license. We can all do different things, and as long as these things are saleable, then you're quite welcome to obviously things like Disney, Star Wars, all that kind of thing. You can't then sell it on, but a lot of stuff have license so that you can then buy to sell, which is brilliant. So you've got some more ideas on what we can use. This is a nice idea with your little makeup box. You've got a gift card in there, different ideas, your box, you've got a circular box. So lots of ideas in the magazine. The papers themselves are quite nice. You get 2 of each. You get some sentiments here. And as I say, 2 different pages, but you get 2 of each page. So you've got some different sentiments: to glam, to give a damn, too glam to give a damn, happy birthday, life is short, buy the shoes, born to shop, stay wild, and lots of other little ones. And then you've got your animal prints. You've got papers, both they are patterned both one side and the other. Some are plain patterns, some are actually pattern paper. So you've got your like leopard print there, and then you've got your zebra on that side. We've got a lovely floral pattern there. It's quite bright and dark, but it's really nice. And then you've got your tigery on that side. You've got more another like leopard print type style, but this is in the browns, and it's got like a splatter of gold over the top, which is nice. You've got your floral and with your zebra background, and your floral plain with a leopard background, which is really nice. So it's a very wild theme. You've then got another sheet of florals with the animal skin type background with them, and it is very effective. This looks like it's probably fur behind it. You really feel there's an animal back there, which is nice. And then we have this lovely one, which is like a paler one, very creamy. Again, you've got your cheetah leopardy background, your roses, hydrangeas, and different flowers on there, which is beautiful. You've then got your sentiment sheet again with the backgrounds. You go through it, and then the papers are the same. So you get 2 of each, and it comes in the centre of the magazine, which is quite nice. The paper isn't that thick, but it's enough to use as mat and layers, which is nice. So that's something else that I got. I got that from, was it Tesco, I think? It was either Tesco or Asda. Asda. I got it from Asda, our local Asda store. And it was the only one that was available at the time. I didn't see any of the others. But that's it. So that's what we've had as a haul. Different things we've bought and made. Oh, I also have to show you this. A while ago, I bought myself a mould, a resin mould, well, any kind of mould, really, resin, clay, whatever, to make a table. And this is what I came up with. I did do one to start with, and I used the full thickness, and it's really heavy, and I don't think you need to use the full thickness. I wasn't happy with the backs of the caps, so I put a black background on, but somehow the mould had loosened from the sides, because you do it in a few parts, and the back's gone underneath, so it's going to need a lot of sanding and a lot of work. But I think it's recoverable, so I'm going to spend some time over Christmas in the garage with the sander, getting rid of some of that black and leveling it off to see whether we can see the caps again. But I give it another try, and I took on board what happened with the last one, and I didn't do it as thick, so I've only done it about centimetre and a bit deep this time, and it's heavy enough. And then the idea is we put a wood base on the bottom with legs. So that's the table. I did a spiral this time, so we've got like it goes round like that. So we've got lots of different bottle caps in there. They all get donated to me from a local pub that my husband and family, my husband and his brother and his dad and a lot of the family frequent, and I give them some of the coasters that I make. Oops, that's different. So this time I've made a full set of G2Os, but you can get sets in lots of different ones. The pub that I went to sells Old Peculiar, which is a beer you can get from the Lake District. It's a local beer for the northeast, and because that's a big sale for them there, I did a load of sets around OP. But we can do them. I can do them in all kinds. I've mixed them and done lots of different types. But these are the coasters that I make. So based on that, I made a table as well. Obviously the coasters you make in lots of different things, you don't have to just use bottle caps, but I found they're quite popular. A lot of people are after them, pubs love them. So I thought, well, I'll try making a table. So the idea is I put a wood on the back, add some legs, and there you go, hunky-dory, you've got a lovely table there. That's why I covered it sometimes in black, because some of the caps can be a little bit brown. This one's not too bad, but the last one, why I covered it in black, it's also got a bit of a, like a creasy bit when it must have set. It's set a little bit weird, but a wooden base on the back will hide all that. You could sand it down, but I don't think there's a need. You could also put another coat of resin on the top, because it is quite sharp. But I think once we put a coat of, like we put wood on the back, we could burr that, take the edge off, that wouldn't be a problem, sand it, use a deburring tool, and then just put a, but we could just put a base on, and I think that would hide that. We could resin it on, or we could just glue it on, and then we've got the, we need to get some legs to go on it. So I'm going to see how well they go. I'll let you know any progress. But I'm really impressed, especially with the second one. I was well impressed with that. I'm really pleased with the outcome. So that's that. So I think that's all I've got to show you today. Lovely to see you all again. I hope you join me soon. I plan to do a bit more videos, but I haven't been well. So, and my mum's not been well, and with everything that's been going on, I haven't been on as often. But I'm hoping to get back into things. So hopefully you'll see a bit more of me. On that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. Please remember to pass on a smile if you get the opportunity to. Hit the subscribe button, the bell, and any other button that you need to press to get notifications of the next few videos that I put on. In the meantime, see you later. Bye, guys.